Now, you guys keep on asking, why do I keep on talking about Jim Rickards? What the heck is up with Jim Rickards, and why do I keep on covering him? Well, first off, I just re-listened to 2 of his books because Jim is just so spot on with it. Really like his work, and here is why. Guys, I took some notes. This Jim Rickards guy, okay, he has a lot on his resume if you go through and look at him, but he was doing financial war games with the Pentagon and CIA back in 2010. So about 12 years ago, they brought Jim on to do financial war games back in 2010. Now, I just took some notes on his most recent interview that you can see on YouTube from Jim. Back when he did these financial war games, Russia only had 600 tons of gold. They're now sitting on 2,300 tons of gold. We need to understand that before this all went down with this war in Ukraine and all the situation that's unfolding as we speak, the United States dollar was about 60% of global reserves. Russia now has 0 US dollars, US reserves within their banking system, within their holdings at their central bank. It used to be 60% of global reserves across the world. That is quickly reducing. US dollar used to do about 80% of global payments across the world. That's getting cut down. I'm going to show you guys an article, a little news clip later on, where a guy is claiming that the US dollar is only doing about 5% of US payments, of global payments right now, which cannot be confirmed. I can't confirm that, but I'm going to share the news with you guys here shortly. We used to have 100% of the energy payments were made with US dollars across the world. That's ending. You guys are seeing the deals with our allies. They're now turning away from the US dollar. That would include Saudi Arabia. And you're seeing the rest of the BRICS nations move away from using the US dollar for their payments. Now, understand that the sanctions do work, but they hurt both sides. The point of what Jim is getting across here is that although the ruble has crashed about 50% compared to the US dollar, their central bank is taking actions. Their central bank has prepared for this moment. They increased their gold holdings from 600 tons back in 2010 to now over 2,300. And we have to understand that the sanctions push everyone off of the US dollar even faster. So yes, the sanctions work, but it just makes everyone get off the US dollar, off the Swiss system even faster. 21% of Russian reserves are in gold right now. And that's physical. That's going to be physical gold. That's not ETF paper stocks for gold certificates. That's the actual physical gold. 21% of Russian reserves are in gold as we speak. They prepared for this moment. Stored in Russia. They produce 400 tons of gold per year. Also key. And as you're starting to see, all of the countries across the world are starting to cut off exports. We have a resource war, a supply chain war that is activated. You're seeing that right now. Now, the ruble crashed about 50% against the dollar, but their central bank is taking actions to build back strength within Russia, okay? What they've done is they've raised interest rates to about 20% in that country. Now, I spoke on this recently on my weekly live call with my Discord group. I was talking about how the last time the Fed got this out of control with inflation, they had to raise interest rates to over 20%, and it took them 9 years to correct the situation. Now, the last major country to get kicked off of the SWIFT system was Iran back in 2012. But the point of what Jim's getting across and what I want you guys to understand is most of the economic cost, most of the pain is going to be felt by the West. Because these countries, the BRICS nations, have already prepared for this moment. They've already been stockpiling gold. They've already done the trade deals. Now, Jim put out this tweet just a little bit ago. How dumb are climate alarmists? They want to slap price controls and regulations on the oil industry. They should read a little. We did both in the 1970s, plus a windfall profits tax, and oil prices rose 600%. If the greenies go ahead, we'll have $400 oil. Now, when I talk about the snowflakes getting wiped out, they are bringing on their own demise. I have sympathy for the people that are trying to figure things out, for the people that are caught up in the wars across this world right now. My thoughts and prayers go out to everyone affected. But you have doofus morons here in America that have no idea, can't find Ukraine on a map, and are asking now to take action against the oil industry and against the profits. See, the last time they did this, oil rose 600%. Jim says that if the greenies go ahead, we'll have $400 oil. Now, I don't know about that, but I do believe that we have not seen the end of this. We have not seen the end of this. And we continue to see the politicians on the left playing political games versus actually solving the energy crisis that we're now in.